This is a phonics activity to try at home. It's an alliteration activity. Alliteration is where words start with the same sound, and that's something that we try and work on in nursery, listening to the first sound in words and then playing around with those sounds. Today I'm going to focus on the letter S that makes the sound S, slithering snake, S, slithering snake. So I've collected lots of objects that start with the sound S, and we're going to make silly soup with these objects, and it's a way of your children listening to and hearing the sound at the beginning of the word in a fun way and having a go at saying those words as well. So we say a little rhyme each time. I'm making lots of silly soup. I'm making soup that's silly. I'm going to cook it in the fridge to make it nice and chilly. In goes the scissors. I'm making lots of silly soup. I'm making soup that's silly. I'm going to cook it in the fridge to make it nice and chilly. In goes the strawberry. I'm making lots of silly soup. I'm making soup that's silly. I'm going to cook it in the fridge to make it nice and chilly. And you put the next item in. In goes some sunglasses. Now you can lead the activity and your child can join in and copy the word after you've said it, and then when they get good at it they might be able to say the words on their own. In goes the skateboard, the stick, and each time you can say the rhyme and mix up the silly soup. I'm making lots of silly soup. I'm making soup that's silly. I'm going to cook it in the fridge to make it nice and chilly. In goes the slinky. In goes the stone. Give it a big stir. Can you remember what ingredients we put into our silly soup? Shall we have a check? And you can do this at the end. You can see if the children can remember without looking at the objects, a little bit like Miss Sheldrick's memory game that she showed you. So we could take them out and see what's gone in there. Slinky, sunglasses, stick, scissors, skateboard, stone, and strawberry. You could even trick your child by putting an object in the basket that doesn't start with the same sound and see if they notice man, and see if they can notice that it sounds different to these words that start with the S sound. Once the child's had a go at using the objects that you've collected, why don't you see if you can look round the house for some more objects that start with that sound? Or your child could even help you at the beginning of the activity to go and collect the objects to start with. You can play around and do it in different ways and use lots of different sounds. Maybe a good sound to start with would be the sound at the beginning of your child's name. You could even look at the sounds at the start of all the family members' names. Have fun making some silly soup together and playing with sounds.